Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiki LaFleur, and today I have some new makeup in front of me that I want to try out and really see what I've been missing. I'm gonna be honest with you, like this for a while now I have disregarded the drugstore brands, and I realized that for a while now they have been stepping their game up. So with that being said, I have a couple of drugstore as well as things you will find in Sephora. And I don't know, like I really need to get out of the mindset of just only buying name brand, high-end, so-called quality stuff that is costing me way more money. So I have a couple of things that I hope eventually would wow me, okay? So, but when it comes to the other brands like this Alicia Keys Just Like Skin, I tested this on my hand and it was so freaking sheer that I was like, I have to put this on. I have to see how it wears, as well as some chromographic eye colors that I am excited to try because I've been looking for a couple of chrome shades, glitters, so on and so forth, and I really want to up my collection when it comes to that because I have so many great ideas that I'm like, I can't do it because I don't have these colors. So to have some of these chromes that I found at the drugstore, okay, like CVS, Rite Aid, so on and so forth. So to start, I actually have my 𝗀𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗀 primer because I want to give the foundation, especially this one, which I know is sheer, an opportunity to stick. So I'm using my 𝗀𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗀 primer, and I use that to actually put in my T-zone and really blot down my face. I'm going to put some of this on my hand just to warm it up. And I'm going to use my Sephora VIP Rouge brush that I am enjoying so much. This little thing, like, I don't know, like the little things make me happy, you guys. Like, it be the little things out there. So I'm going to warm this up and really just see how it wears on the face. I thought it was going to be too sheer, but automatically first impression, I am happy that I'm seeing some coverage because I love me a good tinted moisturizer, but I do not, it's not that I don't like, okay? I do. I like foundations that are so sheer you can't see it. And if I have to name, so for me it's like, this is Tarte's Forest of the Sea Water Foundation. Now, I have tried this a few times and I do want to give it another shot, but this goes on and it disappears. I might see like a light cast, but there's another one that does the same thing, but oh, here it is. And I've had this for a while and I love 𝗙𝗟𝗟𝗪𝗀𝗪 MD. I love this brand when it comes to skincare because it works. The foundation, again, it disappears, but on their behalf, you know, of that product, I was definitely trying it when my skin had way more marks. It wasn't as even, and now I may give it a shot. I may give it another try because it's not like it's bad. It's just I wasn't getting much coverage. But now that my skin doesn't need as much coverage, I'm going to give it a shot. But for those who love looking like they have zero on, definitely go check out those two products because you'll love it. And because this is sheer, I really want to see what it looks like on before I put a second layer. So I'm really working it into the skin and warming it on my hands and just getting that layer to show me what it's about. And I love that, for example, there's an area that I really want to cover because I see a little bit of mark and it's doing a nice job. So can you imagine putting 2 or 3 layers if necessary? Hopefully you don't need 3 layers, but you know what I mean. It's a nice build. It's a sheer build, but what the heck? but it's still a build. Yeah, I thought I was gonna put the brush on top of that, huh? No, no. It's a method to the madness, okay? There's a method to the madness. I would never. Okay, so it feels like I have nothing on, and I love that. I love the coverage. I actually thought that this wasn't going to match me well because I didn't properly test it on my skin beforehand. So to know that, and what shade is this? This is a 350 Neutral Tan Natural. So it says it's concealer and tint, and I totally get that because again, if I wanted to conceal a certain area just by double tapping the brush, it's doing its thing. So look, what else does it say? It says dermatology tested. Okay, so it says brightens and blurs your complexion with this 2-in-1 concealer and skin tint that provides buildable light to medium coverage while moisturizing the skin. Okay. I definitely feel like my skin is, if anything, it feels like a tinted moisturizer. So if you love a tinted moisturizer, you will definitely enjoy this, because even some tinted moisturizers can feel a little bit weighted, and which it depends, you know. I sometimes like that, especially in the winter time. Because it's a little bit lighter, I feel like it's going to work really nicely for me when my shade starts to pale up, I should say. Because it's a hint, it's a shade lighter. I'm observing it because I really like it, and I love how dewy my skin is looking as well. I don't want to put powder, but I am going to put powder. I am. But because it's so moisturizing, I feel like this is also something that I can use going to the gym, because yes, I wear makeup going to the gym. I wear a tinted moisturizer going to the gym. Why? Because regardless if it's the gym or not, I'm still going outside, and I truly believe the first impression is everything. Period. First impression is everything, and I don't care if I'm just going to the bodega. I am going to look presentable. So I wear tinted moisturizer because people be in my face. Okay. I was gonna put a different type of blush on, but this is so sheer. I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna stick with this blush palette just because I really, and this is opaque, so that's why I was sitting here trying to think about I should change my mind, but I want to see how well it blends, and I'm not even gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go heavy-handed at all. So I'm just gonna go in with this shit right here. I'm gonna warm that in my hand because I don't want it to be heavy. This foundation requires a light face, you know what I mean? It's so pretty. And that foundation and that blush just blends into the foundation so nicely. So I'm not going to powder my face just yet. I really want to test out this eyeshadow primer. This is Tease. This is 𝗀𝗡𝗯 eyeshadow primer, the universal shade for all skin shades. And I found this brand to be so cute because it came with a little card. Like, this is such a cute card. I'm gonna read it for you in a second. It's so it's like, it's direction, but I just find like little things like this so freaking cute. And I don't know, it just shows effort and care in the brand itself that, I don't know, like it made me want to try it even more, but also test what it says. Does it really do what it needs to do? Because I need it to do what it needs to, what it says it does, okay? So it's so freaking tiny. I don't wear glasses, so bear with me because it's tiny, you guys. Like, who can see this? Like, you gotta bear with me, okay? All right, so I feel like, you know, Somebody gotta look back, but I can see 2020, but still, it makes me strain my eyes. Nonetheless, it says smile at the top. We made this for you. Prep your eyes with a uniform surface that keeps creases out and your eyeshadow on. Seriously, even out your eyelid with this primer to smooth out imperfections and create a uniform clean slate that will enhance the staying power of your eyeshadow. At the same time, it will prevent creasing, smudging, and fading. Passion flower is a vital part of the mix to moisturize and protect against daily aggressors. The perfect start before you work your magic with the rest of your makeup. With love, Tease. So cute. All right, Tease, because I have oily eyelids, and that's part of the reason why I love or prefer to put on my primer before I set my powder, because one, sometimes the primer do not mix well with the powder. Once you powder your face, you start to see the lines. So while the skin is still damp, I'm gonna see how well this blends in. I'm gonna use a Real Technique Essential Crease Brush. So this shade is a universal shade for all. Sorry you guys, but my camera died, and unfortunately I'm a one-man team, so I didn't notice in time. But you didn't miss too much. So the eyeshadow primer went on like a breeze. It is literally transparent, and it literally easiest thing to blend. Hands down, this was pretty cool to work with. Next, I went in with my chromographic eyeshadow duo, and I use the tinsel one, which actually has a bit of pink and blue and purple shade to it. And what I did first was apply the shadow down on the chromographic shadow onto my pan, and then I use this concealer brush to apply it while it's still damp, because this does dry out nicely and it really is holding up well with my greasy lids, because that's the test. I would go ahead and use this Real Techniques crease brush to blend out those edges, and I bring it above in the crease just so that I get a really nice blend of it. So now I'm gonna go in and apply a second layer on this side, because that's when I saw the camera. All right. So you also get to see firsthand of me applying this, and this is from LA Girl. Wrong brush, whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the brush that I already just sold with extra product, and I'm just putting this on the base of the lid to make it way more pigmented, but it's such a pretty color, you guys. I am so in love with this, and whatever is left, I'm gently putting into that crease. I don't want to do too much because I love the blend. I really just want to intensify the base area. It dries down and it doesn't feel too tacky. I just love this freaking color, period. And the other thing I got from LA Girl is this glitter topper. This is the Fenty one, and I thought it was so pretty. I saw chromograph and I was like, oh yes. So let me see. Does it dry down matte or tacky? So this one is definitely tacky. Should I? So I'm gonna do that. This isn't a powder. It's actually, it feels like a cream, so I feel like I'll be fine with just putting it on top, especially with it being a cream. You guys, I'm so excited. Oh, that's nice, because it's going on pretty sparse, and I love that. I don't want my glitter to be clunked up in a certain area. Oh, I love this. I am going to find me some more, because sometimes you work with glitter and one, it doesn't give you the shine that you want it to, but also two, it's hard to work with sometimes because there'll be fallout. There's no fallout. I'm not even dealing with fallout, and I'm and using my finger allows me to, what I feel, to have just a little bit of control where the placement. I'm gonna try it with a brush and see. So instead of a brush, I'm gonna use Huda Beauty's Eye Fender Bender, the rubbery side. I'm gonna start at the base because I feel like it's a lot of product, so that if I don't like it, I just want to see how it applies. It's not necessarily about the product itself. I already know how it goes on. I just want to see how this goes on. That made a nice clean line though. But I really have to be careful because this stuff is so soft. It just, it attaches to this so easily. So that's nice. So if you ever really just want to get a lot more glitter on the base of your eyelid, this is to go to apply it everywhere else. Let me just do a little bit because I want to show you how much it really packs on. I hardly have anything on this brush, but it's enough to show you what I mean. Look at that gradation effect. Like, it is so intense at the base, you guys. So intense. Alright, so I'm going to balance this eye look out a bit more with a liquid liner because there's a lot of glitter going on. Okay, and as much as I like it, I don't need it. I'm going to use my Defiance Beauty liquid liner. I'm just going to draw a pretty medium-sized wing. Next, I'm going in with my Mellow Wave primer. Going in with 𝗀𝗏 mascara. Next, I'm going in with Salute to the Sun 𝗬𝗎𝗓 mascara. So because I'm not wearing any lashes, I like to use more than one mascara to enhance my naturals. I am going to go ahead and put some mahogany mascara from, I believe this is L'Oreal. So I just want a shadow underneath the eye. I don't want too much of this look to be on the lower lash line. I want to kind of have a little bit of balance though, and that's why I'm putting mahogany, because it's going to give a shadow without looking like something's missing. Okay, so now that my face has moved around a lot, I'm just going to buff this out and powder it down, because I was afraid that I was going to get a lot of fallout from that glitter. So that's the other reason why I was like, I'm not powdering now, I'll powder later. Just gonna sweep a little bit more of that blush. Just gonna put a little bit of concealer underneath my eye because I forgot. Just gonna go in with that dark powder with my favorite Tarte angle brush, just to add a bit of contour. to this look. And while the skin is still moist, it's going to adhere very easily. Next, I'm going in with my translucent setting powder by 𝗀𝗡𝗪𝗍𝗍. I'm just going to set the face with Eco Tools fluffy brush. Okay, you guys, so I have to fix my brows. I'll be back. Okay, so that is better. Next, I want to try is Luna Magic. This is an eyeliner duo. So this is Luna Magic Glitter Liner Duo. Features a shimmery glitter liquid liner formula that reflects a multi-dimensional finish and a smooth glide on gel matte pencil liner that seamlessly bonds to the lid to create infinite eye looks. Because I want to use this on my waterline, so I really want it to glide on effortlessly and smooth, but also I want to see how it wears on a waterline. Sometimes I like to test eyeliners to see if it's just for something that goes on the lid, or is it waterline friendly, meaning it's not going to run and do all that stuff. And it's just good to know the differentiation. Not that one liner is better than the other, it's just that I would know, okay, well, this one does well on the waterline, so I'm gonna run to it. So here we go. Let's see. All right, so nope, there's hardly anything wet on the waterline. That doesn't mean it's not a good product. If anything, I'm just gonna use it to deepen in the wing, because it's definitely a harder, yeah. Ooh, oh, I just ruined it. It's, I didn't even make a budge. Let's see, is this hard? No. Okay, so it's soft. Maybe I just gotta warm it up. I feel like that should have went on my waterline, but I did ruin. Like, it just started to crumble. Yeah, not good, not good. It's too hard. It's not hard, but it's definitely solid, and I had glitter underneath here too, so that's also contributing to why it just crumbled. If it was just the liner, probably not, I hope. But this is first impressions, and so far that didn't work out too well. I warmed it up in my hand a little bit, so I'm gonna try my waterline one more time just to see if that was the issue. And nope, still nothing. I mean, I got a gray shadow, but it's nothing, and I don't want to press it on more because that's not what I want. That's not what I'm looking for. So I just want to show you guys, like, it works, and I'm pressing pretty, I'm putting pressure, you know. This isn't something that and if I blend it out, it stays. Like, blending in, this is something you put it on, it won't move, which is good for the top lid. And even if I was to go lower, but I don't want to go lower. That's not what I want to do with this look. So I'm going in with Max Feline, and they don't make this anymore because it does run, but this is definitely reliable when it comes to the waterline, meaning it's there. It's there. One swoop, it's there, you guys. Look at that. They don't make it anymore though, but they do have another one that they came out with that I loved when I used it because it did not run, and I forget the name because I didn't buy it again, but I will. Like, I'm hardly putting pressure, you guys. Like, it's nothing. Nothing. But you see how it balanced out the look though, just by putting it on the waterline. But I do want to try the other side, and I want to use the glitter to put on the inner corners of my eye, which is one of my favorite things to do, as well as put it on my lashes. But this isn't as thick enough for you to see it on the lashes. I already see it's not. That's another trick that I like to do, and I'll show you that in the future. But for right now, I'm just going to put this on the inner corners. So first impression, it's pretty. I just want to see if it blends. Just want a little bit of blend, that's all. I'm not asking for too much because I know it's a liner and it's probably meant to use as a liner, but I just want a sheer amount of color in the corners of the eye, just to give a hint of a glow, because this pigment is really fine. It's not as chunky as the chromographic color from LA Girl, so it's sheer, it's fine in its particles, so shearing it out, it's going to allow it to really be way more wearable when it comes to other colors and pigments. Just want to put a little bit more, and I'm just using the pointy side of Posh. This is a Posh smoky eyeshadow brush, and I just love the points on this. I'm just going to drag a little bit onto the lower lash line, onto the lower lash lid area, just to make that inner corner bright. I'm just going to try to use it as a liner just to see if I can just, nope. I don't think I can get the angle right, but I'm going to try. It does go on like a liner, like I'm trying to just create a straight line just so I can see. And there is, like, sometimes when you do that, you just realize you're getting more of clear liquid instead of glitter. But nope, I'm definitely getting glitter on that line that I'm staying concentrated on, which is good, because when I want to create a straight line, this is definitely going to do its job, so that's good. So I wanted to add a little bit of blush to warm up my face a bit more. And just contour my nose a bit more. And so now that I have my nose and my blush on, because that's when I love to put my next product that I wanted to try, which is Luna Beauty. This is Moonshroom. Sorry, this is a highlight palette, and I am always on the lookout for a palette. So what I'm gonna do now, what I like to do when it comes to my highlight, I don't just like throwing it on. Actually, I want to test out two, because this is calling me for some reason. So I'm gonna use the same brush. Actually, I'm gonna use my fan brush. And I'm gonna actually add this on to the lower parts of, because I don't like talking, trying to move this out my way. So I'm putting it on the lower part of the cheek. Ooh, made that color pop. So pretty. All right, that's nice. Helping hands. That's so pretty. And it is built. Let me build that up, because I just love that high shine right there. Ooh. Do I feel like I just did too much? Nope, I don't. I don't care, because I'm testing it out. I'm gonna wipe off that brush. And I'm going, so what I like to do is, especially for my highlight, depending on where my shade, the shade of my skin is going, like honestly, like I look at the highlight points and I'm like, which one represents it the most? Like this is more of a contour, so if I'm looking at my contour and I want to highlight it, yes, but I'm really looking at these two. Sometimes there's a high shine moment, and especially if I'm really glossy, or if my skin has a lot of dewiness going on, I can totally see that. But because it's a bit more satin and matte-ish, slightly, this one is calling me for that highlight because then it's going to complement it. I'm not going to look like I'm doing too much with my highlight. It's pretty. So I'm putting this on top of that color where the highlight would originally go, because now there'd be a nice variation from that champagne to that pink, that rose, I should say. So pretty. I feel like there's too much there, so I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger now. So pretty, and it's perfect because as I'm looking in the mirror, I can definitely see the different, how it matches the exact shade of my skin. Like if I don't go with any other highlight, it just blends in. It doesn't stand out and look ashy or too warm. But I am gonna add more because I like it. I'm gonna put on tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, that center, and I'm concentrating in the center. I am going to put some in the brow, but I'm not going to put it with this. I like to just add whatever's left on my chin. And with a just fluffy brush, this is Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. I'm just going to put in a bridge my brow bone. And I'm just going to blend this out. I want this to be the softest. There are times when I want this to be really vivid, but not today. The eyeshadow is vivid enough. Like this could get hot fast and easily, so woo, that's good. I love it. I love when a highlight has potential. It just doesn't stop there, because sometimes you get a highlight which is great. Our highlights are great for they're made for different reasons. Sometimes you'll pick up a bronzer or highlight that's really made for a soft look and you feel like it's not working, but it is working. You just got to know what look to pair it with. And that just means that it's reached this point, it's reached its threshold. It doesn't do much more than that, but then there are times when you run into a highlight or bronzer or whatever that you can build upon, and those are good too, because you can do a light dewy look, you can do a soft look, you can do a crazy glam look, and it will work for all. So they all have their purpose. All right, take this out of my hair because I look silly. So it says single stroke impact, intense color payoff in cream, matte, and shine finish that feels weightless on your lips, truly unforgettable. So I'm gonna use a lip liner that I got from Beauty Supply Store, which is, so this is NK makeup. So I'm going in with the NK makeup that I got from the drugstore. This is in the shade Cocoa. It's a bit dark and chocolate, and I really want to give, being that this lipstick has a bit more pigment to it, I didn't want a lip liner that was going to fade away. In other words, so I went in with something a bit more deep and has more depth to it, so that there would be a differentiation to the lipstick and the liner. So first impression, it goes on so opaque that it really didn't take a lot of layers to actually get it on, which is nice. But also it feels really nice on the lips. I'm just gonna blend this in. But do you see what I mean? Like, I wanted the lipstick to stand out. Of course you see the lip liner, but you actually see, the impact of the lip color itself compared to it blending it into the, like, you can see the difference. You can see the blend of the lip liner and the lipstick, and the payoff of the lipstick is so freaking pretty. It's going to intensify this center a bit more. Oh, I love this. Feels so good on the lips. It's not sticky. I just want to wear it and make sure it doesn't go on your teeth like MAC. Like, I love MAC. I do. I love the lipsticks. I still wear them, but I know I got a blot when it comes to wearing that lipstick. For some reason, it's only that MAC lipstick that I find that I have to blot because my teeth will don't do red. Don't do red. Your teeth will have red lips all over it. And sometimes people don't tell you you got stuff on your teeth or you got stuff on your face. So walk with a mirror if I was you, okay? But this is so pretty. I love the payoff. I love the color. It's so nice on the lips. Sometimes you get lipsticks that are also too sticky or too sloppy or too, like, it's, this is why I mess with 𝗙𝗧𝗄𝗀, because the products he have are so pigmented that it just, I trust his brand. Like, it's effortless for me. When I see 𝗙𝗧𝗄𝗀, I get excited because I'm like, I know it's gonna be good. Okay, hands down. I'm a little bit biased because I use 𝗙𝗧𝗄𝗀. Like, and the reason why I'm also excited is because I don't have too many lipsticks now lately that I find that I love, that I use as a go-to. Right now it's just been lip balm and a couple of lipsticks when I want to do a color, but mostly lip balm. Like, I've been really enjoying how my lips feel majority of the time, of just feeling moisturized, and this is doing that for me. So I definitely feel like I'm gonna use this. I definitely feel like I'm gonna use this a lot, just because, like, and it, I don't know, this color too just fits me so nicely, so I'm definitely gonna use it. Next, I want to go in and use some setting spray by LA Girl. I don't know, like I said, I stood in front of LA Girl and I was like, oh, this is all so pretty. So I have this setting shimmer sprays, finishing face and body, and it has some shimmer in it. So I was like, okay, why not? That's a nice spray. I hate when, let's see. So the spray is nice. It doesn't splatter. I don't feel it going in one direction. It has a nice burst of spritz going everywhere. And so far I just want to see how it dries down. I might go in and mattify my face in certain areas because they're just, I don't want to look too glowy. Even though I'm, like, as I look and as I keep looking, I'm like, it's kind of pretty though. It's, I don't know if I want to matte it down. I think I want to keep it like this. I'm loving the glow that's going with the shine. Disregard, I'm not going to powder it because I am enjoying this whole look. So that is it. I really just wanted to go and sum up a couple of things that I truly enjoyed. Number one for me is the chromographic eye colors. It's a chromographic eye colors from LA Girl. I am super impressed with, one, how it's holding up. Like, real talk. I've been sitting here for a while, you guys, and normally my eye would have gone crazy when it comes to these chromes. And the other thing that I am also giving props to so far, I haven't seen any budging of my eyeshadow, which is what I look for the most when it comes to creasing. But this tease seems to be holding up because that's the first thing I put on under all of this for my eyeshadow primer. And there's no creasing. I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. So I definitely have to give this credit first. And secondly, that chrome is really pretty, as well as these glitters from LA Girl. I have to go and get me a few collections. I saw one, but it didn't have chromographic chrome to it. So I was like, nah. But just in general, the way it's looking on my skin, hands down, have to get it. The other thing that I enjoyed was this Keys foundation, and it gives a nice dewy finish without being too oily. I know my skin, eventually the oil is going to come through, so let's just see how it wears, especially when it comes to me mattifying my face. But I don't feel it on. If like that's it's like some foundations you can feel, I don't feel it on, which is, I feel like this is a great summer foundation for people like me who don't want to, who wear makeup. You want to wear your makeup in the summertime, beach, going out, things like that, but you don't want to look caked on, or you don't want to feel it on. This is definitely it. But moisturizing for the winter is definitely why you should try it, because I'm gonna keep using it because I just love the way my face feels. Like, it feels dewy, it looks dewy, it looks moisturized, and I'm so happy with that. So far, I wanted to wait to see how this dries down, and because it has that shimmer flex, it just adds to the glow while still looking velvety. It doesn't mattify at all, which is also good for those who don't like that super matte look. But if you want a nice, if you want your makeup and your highlights to still shine, this LA girl is definitely cute. I have to wear it for the rest of the day to see how it wears, but this is definitely something to add to a dewy look because it's going to help set that. Sometimes you don't want to add too much powder when you have a dewy look because it's just going to take away and just a mess. So I like that this is giving me an option to have that dewiness, but yet it's setting the makeup. The other thing was this Luna Magic. So the liner itself, I need to try again because I didn't really have a chance to use it in the areas that I wanted to use it. So I definitely feel like this is something that's probably good for just the top lash. For the top lash, when you're able to really add more pressure and things like that before liquid liner, because this definitely requires a bit more of a elbow grease, slick to the wrist, you know what I mean? But when it comes to the glitter liner, I feel like it's pretty. It's giving me exactly what I'm looking for, and I love the payoff. Like, using it wasn't hard. Using it, I wasn't struggling to get glitter, and usually that's sometimes the problem when you're dealing with any glitter liners and things like that. Getting it on the brush is a pain in the butt, but this was definitely perfect. The consistency, the formula allowed me to apply a product without effort, with ease. Like, and that's what I look for when it comes to my glitter anything. How easy is it to use it? Does it have fallout? Does it have this? Does it have that? And this, yeah, it just makes going back to a product and using it quickly effortless. There's some products you can go and do that with, and there are others you're like, oh, this is gonna be a process. And this wasn't it. So yeah. And let's not forget this highlight that will be in my travel bag because it will go with any and every look. So that is definitely something I'm looking forward to trying even more. Other than that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this whole makeup test and this look that came out of it. And until next time, please like, thumbs up, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, beauties.